and welcome to another episode of Slot Speak. We got our guest Ross Says What Variety Channel. So to start, how are you doing today?
I am doing I am doing good. It's Sunday.
Nice. I'm doing good too. I had work all day. I made pizza dough, pizza sauce, and now I'm enjoying an episode of Slot Speak with you.
Speaking about pizza, they were doing this pizza convention in Vegas
Yum.
and the end of March, but I unfortunately I'm not gonna be doing Vegas until it slows down in the garden, which is okay. I mean, I I did for my birthday. I went to this place called Mitsurami. It's a a hot pot place where it's like pretty much It's like it's like a BBQ all you can eat. They have sushi and other stuff, and you can pretty much it's a hot plate where it's like a soup where you pretty much drop in whatever in the soup and it like cooks it and stuff. It's pretty cool.
That sounds absolutely delicious. I really enjoy hot pots, and that must have been such a fun birthday outing.
But it wasn't even on my list. See, what I do is on my community posts is like I give like my viewers the option of like places or events that I want to do, but sometimes I don't go with the actual places. Sometimes they're like depending on the weather and depending on how tired I am and what type of the day. Like same thing with the casino streams. I it's all it's all about like I go with what the viewer wants. Like if a viewer I give them options and I think 80 out of 100% of the time I go with what the viewer wants.
That is so awesome, and I find it really cool that you actually do polls because when I look at your channel, you have so many polls, and I really just love how interactive your channel is.
Well, yeah, I the channel is very different these days. Besides less and less slots on the channel, we're doing more of a more variety of things. And when the weather gets warmer, we're gonna be doing a lot more outdoor stuff. We're still doing a lot more. We're still doing a lot of art things, and there's still that thing that we're doing April 1st called Slots of Love for
Slotty by nature.
Slotty Nature, yeah. And there's La Fiesta coming up on the 25th of the month.
Awesome.
So anybody is kind of like bored that day, this will be a whole night event hosted by a whole different, a whole bunch of different slot channels. It's kind of like a festival, I guess. And there's
Nice.
a couple of challenges going on right now. There's a man versus slots challenge where you have to throw $125 in the machine and 50-cent bets and 250 spins, and he, pretty much he's the leader right now in the event because he hit the major on a
Wow.
Dragon League machine. And this is also Ashley Hines um, challenge where you have to do $1.50 bet, $75 in the machine, minimum 50 spins, and whoever wins that challenge gets gets the Ashley Hines shirt. Uh,
Nice.
um, I believe that it looks like a quickie shirt. It's a of course the man versus slots challenge. I picked the ultimate fire link, but that was at the class 2 casino. So I feel like I feel like if you did this challenge at class 2 casino instead of class three, I don't think you would see as many bonuses because I remember when I did the 500 spin challenge at Wind Creek versus doing a 250 spin challenge at a place like Resorts World. This is it's a total difference.
Definitely. I can imagine because like the machines pay out different. So I'm curious, what's the noticeable difference between a class two and a class three in your opinion?
Well, class two is about like the payouts, how it's linked, the threshold of a hand pay. Like in New York, hand pay is anything $600 and up,
Yes.
and pretty much my first experience um was on March 3rd when I got a hand pay on Huff and More Puff
Yes.
on the Buzzsaw feature and on the wheels. I was screwing around because if you ever watch Brian Christopher slots,
Yes.
he does a thing where whatever your neighbor's betting, you're betting. So that day, my neighbor was betting $20 betting, so I was
Wow.
doing the same thing. But this time, instead of staying with the whole whatever my neighbor's betting, I lowered it to 15, and then we got the Buzzsaw feature. And it hit, and then the major hit,
Awesome.
and that was a hand bait because it was like over 1100,
Wow.
and then that's when I learned. Well, when it's run by the state lottery commission,
Hmm.
if you don't pay your taxes, they take all your money.
Dang, that's
So
just evil.
that's the difference between a class two and a class three. Class three is not run by the state.
That's good to know. It really sucks that it took all your money, and it's downright horrible.
Well, it's a wake up call. Like I did my taxes and I did my taxes and it's all wake up call. Like I remember like a couple years back, last time I was on Slot Speak, a lot of things have changed.
Yes.
You know, I went from bad situation to a really good situation now, and it's very different. Like we
It
all
is.
grow. We all see difference in our lives these days. I went from working one job, walking home from work, not knowing if I'm gonna have extra money. I don't even know how I was doing the casino that time. I was like, I'm a I'm a streaky gambler. I might have like one bad stream, and then I do better like with a smaller bankroll than a bigger bankroll.
Yeah.
I know it's like once my bankroll gets too big, I kind of like want to like start firing those big bets.
Mm.
But like when it's small, I'll stay with the smaller bets and then just build up.
Yes.
So I haven't got past a certain level yet. But the last two the last two times I've been to the casino, which is March 3rd and and February 24th, I had hand pays on Drag Dragon Cash, Happy Phosphorus on a
Nice.
quarter denom 1250 bet. I hit the minor, and that was for 1475. And then and then Huff and More Puff on 10 cents denom $15 bets.
Sweet.
That's the only two times it's ever happened to me. Like I usually don't high bet like that, but when it's not your money, why not? I
Yeah.
mean, it's like I always call it funny money until you go into your own bank. It's called funny money because
Definitely.
it's like it's not, even though you won that money, you didn't get paid how, like, okay, when you see your paycheck at work
Yes.
and there's taxes taken out.
Mm.
Like when you do your taxes,
Yes.
gambling is not considered a job.
Dang.
So your tax professional like H&R Block, when you try, unless you have the only time you could claim your gambling losses is if you like have jackpots.
Yes.
And be, before these two past jackpots, I haven't had a jackpot in 2 years. So
Dang.
I was, I think the one in the Huff and More Puff was more surprising than the one in the Dragon Catch because the Dragon Catch was very interesting.
Yes.
This can't be
Can,
good, Steve. Ready? No.
can you tell me about the? Can you tell me why the Huff and Puff
Oh no.
jackpot was surprising?
Well, is my biggest jackpot was on the Happy Imposters Dragon Catch. I always thought my first hand pay on a Dragon Link, a Lightning Link, or a Fire Link machine was going to be Lightning Link,
Yes.
but unfortunately, we kept on the we've like we've had these end of streams. I would say
Dang.
the month of February was a weird month for me. Like at the end of every stream I've had
Yes.
like amazing luck. Like Sundays are not so lucky for me, and definitely not definitely not Fridays. But um, certain days I feel a little more lucky than others. And tell you the truth, I like I rather I rather stay at the casino overnight and sleep there
Yes.
because I'm a higher player at Bally's, but see Bally's don't have those tier multipliers.
Dang.
So in
That
order
really
to get
sucks.
that high up, you have to spend a lot.
Yeah, I can imagine. I does like some because it really sucks that Bally's does not have the tier multipliers, which would like really help out their players.
So life is interesting these days. God, I've had a girlfriend for about over a year now. Um,
Congratulations.
I've never had my nails painted before,
Oh,
and we never had puppets on the show before. Unfortunately, I don't know what guy is sleeping because he's at home,
dang.
but
That sucks.
we will be adding more puppets in the future because as you know, I was a puppeteer in high school. Like I'm an unconventional artist, not as good as you are because like
Um,
she says, man, this is a very talented artist. I was like, you damn right. She's gonna be very successful in life. You just wait and see.
thank you so much.
Don't let anybody knock you down.
I won't.
Just keep doing you, keep fighting, and you're gonna thrive in life. When I was, like I said, like when I was about your age, I was working two full-time jobs.
Yes.
I had my own apartment. I had my car. I wasn't
Nice.
really in a relationship until uh, until I was like about 27. So, but yeah, I learned a lot. You learn a lot about life by going through things in life.
You do.
So sometimes you need to get away from a toxic relationship
Yep.
or problems in order to succeed in life.
You do. Like that's why I left some of the people in the slot community. It's because they were extremely toxic, and I just needed to like open up my life to like more positivity and just the ability just to be able to really focus on what I want in life.
That's what you exactly got to do. I mean, you're gonna be in Vegas next month anyhow, right?
I am.
So yeah, that's why I was kind of sad the other day. I was like, because I gave up my annual Vegas trip in March
Um.
to like fix my teeth
Hmm.
because Vegas is still going to be around, but You know, sometimes sacrifice will go a long way.
Yes.
I know it's like when I meet a lot of these slotters or YouTubers, a lot of their helps are not, a lot of their help are not as good as you think they are.
Yeah.
Like I would say out of all the slot channels I've watched and met, I would say about maybe half of them really got it together, and the other half are just still trying to figure it out.
That is
And
good to know.
because I met the big and small ones. I know who's real and who's not. Like, and I know who like you know I know who you could who's you know who's in it for just one or two things and who's not. I mean, let's be realistic here. I mean, not everybody likes certain channels, and not everybody likes certain people. But if you if you like a certain channel, you can watch that channel. If not, there's always somebody else to watch.
There is, and also I'm curious, in your opinion, what makes a real slot channel? Like, what makes somebody
Um,
authentic?
a real slot channel is being real with your audience, not just putting up videos and shorts, but going live and reacting with your audience, putting up community posts, um, not faking them out. Like I wouldn't consider I wouldn't consider D Lucky a real slot channel because
Hmm.
what he does, it's he's not about the slots. He's all about the capital, all about
He
the
is.
money, and that's not what a slot channel is all about.
Yeah. D Lucky rubs me the wrong way.
He's definitely it's for him. It's all about business,
It is.
and that's what's that's what's ter- that's what and it's sad that he got Mr. Handpay on his you know he suckered Mr. Handpay, but hey, it is what it is. It's like
It is.
at the end of the day, at the end of the day, because it's all about business. That's what the casino is all about.
It is.
If it wasn't about making money with the casino and stuff like that, I guarantee nobody would be going.
Yeah. And the casino would be really empty because like everybody would lose interest really fast.
I mean, look at all these companies at G2E every year. They're producing games every year because they want to they want to stay in they want to stay in business. It's all business
It
between the
is.
roulette, between the craps tables, roulette, all the slot makers and stuff. It's all business. When it comes down to it, um, they care about staying in business. They don't. As long as you have a dollar in your pocket, they like you.
They do. I find for casinos, the more you spend, the more they like you. And sometimes, and that's what can really lead to the ugly path of gambling addiction. I've unfortunately seen some people use. I've unfortunately seen some people use a YouTube channel to cover up their gambling addiction, which is really sad within itself. And I do feel that these people do need to find help when they're ready.
Well, what I've noticed over the last month or so, ever since the whole TikTok scandal, where
Yes,
if, where there were all these TikTokers were having people send them money so they could play, and TikTok pretty much shut shut down a lot of these channels because you're not supposed to be playing with other people's money like that.
yeah,
A lot of these TikTok channels have went over to YouTube,
they have.
uh, and you can tell, or you can tell automatically when when it, because I know so like a lot of them like that were on TikTok are on YouTube now, and they have a big following because
They
they're
do.
from TikTok, not because they're originally from YouTube. You know, and there are some really good channels out there, but you know what they were doing in the first place, you know, was totally wrong. You know,
Yeah.
like, what I see in the future, if that happens on any other platform, I believe like all the other platforms are gonna take notice, and this whole, you know, playing slots on YouTube and gambling and stuff is all gonna, it's all gonna stop.
Yeah, it is. It's like so unfortunate. They think about that. All it takes is a few bad people to ruin it for everybody. That's why I get really nervous whenever a scandal comes up because I know it's going to ruin it for all content creators who put so much effort and work into their channels.
Like I really like I really want to see like more like try to protect the integrity of the game by, you know, trying to figure out a way where people could make money doing this,
Mm,
but instead of doing super chats and instead of doing channel memberships, make it kind of like a full time or part time job where if you're doing the hours, you make a certain amount of money per hour.
good idea.
Instead, instead of the channel memberships and instead of super chats, because in the end, in the end, the YouTube is making more money off the people than the people making in general. Because if the people want to do their channels full time, you might as well pay them like an employee.
Definitely. And
Because
channels.
imagine how many people that really can work out there and do YouTube full time. You pay them, if you pay them $18 $20 an hour per weekend, you set your own hours up, and you get paid every week. How many people would be fortunate to do that? But I know YouTube is never going to do that. But
Yeah. Yeah.
because it'll be like it'll be too much work, and
Mm,
it wouldn't really benefit. It wouldn't really benefit them.
dang.
But it's like an idea of mine. Like I always have these ideas. Like you ever have this sixth sense? You know, like
Yes.
I have a sixth sense when it comes to slot machines. Like sometimes you just gotta like go to the certain machine, you know, like, and you always knows like you're always coming close, and you sometimes you're too nervous to up your to up your bet or to take a chance, and then when it actually happens, you're like, that's why I don't see. I'm not a smoker, but when the guy was sitting next to me in the high limit room, I was like, he took Golden Century, and I took Happy Phosphorus, and I noticed like what he was betting. I was like, okay, I'll bet the same thing you're betting. So it worked out. You know, many times I've had sat at a slot machine, and whoever sat on the slot machine next to me has hit really big. Like Huff and More Puff, the lady, I think the second or third spin, she got a full screen of pigs,
Wow.
which is on the 750 bet was 3,700. And then I saw this girl. I remember Oceans. I was getting beat bad that night.
Dang.
She on her second spin, she got the bonus on Buffalo Revolution,
Wow.
and she hit the grand.
That is amazing. She is so, so lucky.
Hey, read that thing.
Alright, Casino Lady Slot says, way too many issues with that. The idea of YouTube is allowing video creators to be their own boss.
I feel like in a way that it is the truth. A lot of channels are getting demonetized
Mm,
because you're not allowed to use other people's content,
yeah.
and you're not allowed to re-upload. um, reused content
Mm.
and a lot of copyright and other stuff. Like I noticed it happened to me. Well, it happened to me.
Dang.
You know, it happened to a lot of channels. You know, like if you don't go live enough, if you reuse
Mm.
certain content, like YouTube's changed a lot. Like they do the side by side thing. They still haven't figured it out. Like how they did with StreamYards, where you get add a whole bunch of people. YouTube still hasn't figured it out. Like if they get past a certain point and make it more interactive for the user,
Yes,
there could be this company could go from making millions to making billions on the platform.
definitely. I would really love being able to add more people on YouTube, and I would love for YouTube to be as customizable as StreamYards.
Like what I notice is, like as you know, we have the What Squad Awards every year, and Simon,
Yes,
or as you could call her, Brent or Brett,
Brett.
you know, because I read your community posts sometimes. So your name is now Brett,
Yes, I go by Simon and Brett. We
Simon or
recently,
Brett,
yes,
because as you know these days, because I have a one of my favorite singers is Sam Smith. So he doesn't go as he or she, but as they.
yes,
So it's politically correct these days to say they,
it
not
is.
not he or she, because he's not a he or a she.
Yes,
Kind of like that time you said, um, your love for slots. What do you call yourself?
I'm an objectium, meaning that I do have an attraction towards objects such as slot machines.
And what I find interesting about slots is you could get lost in it
You
when you're,
can.
you're having a bad day, and you go and you play the slots, and you just get lost in the whole world. Like I went from a bad situation, where like all crazy things that were going on in my
Mm.
life, to like a really good situation right now. So when you have a really good situation, you have to stick with it. Like
Definitely,
as hard as life is, it could be a lot harder.
it can.
Even with this whole MSG Spear thing, I'm not gonna like. I'm gonna go to the meeting. I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna move to Vegas or not.
Mm.
I mean, even though Vegas would be a lot warmer for me, don't know totally about it, and it's it's not like New York where it's not like New York where there's buses and trains to get you everywhere. Like
Mm.
there's buses there, but there's a lot of parts in Vegas. There's a lot of parts of Vegas you just don't want to go.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of like areas that can be really dangerous and can be really off-putting.
Like if you really want to learn more about Vegas, you watch Jacob Life in Vegas. You watch Pomsey.
Yes,
You watch a lot of those Vegas channels. You watch the other me, which is downtown Vegas. He's like the king of Vegas.
yes,
You know, and if you want to learn about New York, you watch your New York channels,
definitely.
and you watch Yo Andy. She's the unofficial guide to New York.
He is
You
a
know,
really good channel.
before Yo Angie was around, it was RSW Variety was doing the walk streams and the cold and stuff like that. But something, this is a big enough city where you can share with everybody.
Definitely.
And grudges and everything. We're past that part. It's like if certain people don't want to be your friends because of
Mm.
who you hang out with or who you associate with, so be it.
Yeah,
Like I've learned over the years who really cares and who doesn't. You know, it's kind of like it's kind of like when you go out to a restaurant.
It is.
You better make sure that you better make sure somebody's paying and pays, and make sure you always tip, because if you don't tip, you're gonna hear it.
Yeah.
So like, have you noticed like have you noticed like how different the world is, like
Mm.
once you got out of your toxic situation and wherever you are right now, and how much things are going to be better for your life? Because
Yeah.
as you know, like right now, like your life's just going to get better and better, like,
It will.
and and once you're at that point, even when you're schooling, you can finish your schooling online. I mean,
Definitely.
you don't even have to go in person classes. You can finish your schooling online
That's good.
and get that job that you truly want, because you got so much talent, and you know people don't, like, you're the best artist, graphic artist person on this platform. There's nobody that could touch what you do.
Thank you. And also, like, going about saying like who your real friends are. It's like as you begin talking to more and more people, you begin to realize who is authentic versus who's like using you for like either your fame, your money, or just using you for clout. I discovered that the really hard way.
Like you said, you're having a book come out. You having another book come out. Your last book was very successful.
Thank
I
you.
feel like like my What Squad series will probably be coming to an end sooner than later. Probably be working on other other projects. Because we've been running this What Squad library for a long time. Like that, you remember that series you did with the people in Denver?
Yes.
That I feel so sad that that never came to fruition, because
Same.
that was really good. It was like kind of like South Park met The Simpsons and stuff. That would have been so awesome to
It
watch.
would have been unfortunately I found out that the people behind that were like unfortunately they did have their own substance abuse problems, and I no longer associate with them anymore because even though they still like adore me, I don't want anything to do with like I don't want anything to do with like substances or drug abuse.
Yeah, yeah. You have to take this. You remember? I don't know, like if they still had it when you were in school. It was called Dare.
What is there about?
To stay away from drugs.
Yeah.
Take a pledge. Away from drugs. Like there's like TV shows to talk about that, and yeah, I know it's like, yeah, people that use other people.
Yep.
Even with my artwork, like people will say like, well, I know my artwork's not as great as the next one, but I like doing artwork. It makes you relax and stuff, and like I'll be doing some more canvas work eventually when my schedule slows down a little bit. There's a lot of stuff that I want to do. Like I want to do the paper mache, the paper mache balloon puppet thing,
Awesome.
and I want to make more pottery. And I believe in April, which is next month,
Yep.
is a couple of holidays and stuff.
Yes. Holiday month.
So I'll be doing some more cooking with Ross Says What, which is a really cool thing.
I really enjoy your cooking shows, and they're actually so much fun to watch because I learned how to cook new dishes.
Well, you also have to take criticism. I've read about people don't realize I read a lot of stuff that gets sent to my channel, and a lot of it is censored because it's I just trying to keep the channel to a certain points,
Yes,
and it is what it is.
it is. Yeah, it does. It does take a thick skin to be on YouTube, and there's definitely a lot of criticism everywhere.
See, I've been taking that like the bar at night because like it's safer than taking the regular subway.
Yes,
Uh, because if you ever visit New York, don't take the subway at nighttime.
I won't.
If you take that like the bar
Yes, I
because
take that.
where's
The
Juicy these days? You remember last time we did this?
yes,
We had Juicy with the cop thing, and that
we
was pretty
did.
cool.
It was so much fun to see Juicy, and I wonder where. And I really miss seeing Juicy around. She is an absolute blast, and I've not seen her in anybody's live chats for ages. But I hope to see her again soon.
What we should do is we should have a panel if
Yes,
you ever get people together of like all the like past guests and like have like kind of like wow kind of like have an all-star panel and kind of like have a you come up with questions kind of like
yes,
trivia game.
definitely.
Hey, watch when you're on the LAR, right? The
Yes,
LAR conductor, right? She'll wait until you get your ticket if it's on your phone or if it's in your hand, and they
yes,
wait and they're like, "Here you go. You can't ride the train without a ticket."
yep.
That's just
That,
that's just how it is.
it is. That's how they do it in Denver on the buses. You always have to have your ticket,
I would say
and
we do that. I would say we do that on the regular subway. It would be like really cool. Instead of like, but because it would be more safe,
yes.
So we have WWE at the Garden tonight. As you know where I'm going, the Garden, the Mecca, the world's most famous arena. I wonder who's calling me.
All right, and
Like,
also
sorry.
it's okay. Take all the time you need. Casino Lady Slot says, "I quit going to so many lives because it became just too much." I totally agree. It becomes like really overwhelming to go to every single live stream. So that's why I'm like learning to pace myself and going to and I go and support
There's a thing
everybody.
I watch on YouTube, Facebook. They they show you how to cook certain things. And
Hello? Can you hear me?
I think it's like about I guess about 5 more minutes. We're gonna have to cut this because like I'm gonna be going on into tunnels.
Okay.
But I thank you for having me on. Even though this is gonna be short.
You're
But
very welcome.
this is a good reamp to slot speak
Yes.
because this is the number one. This is the number one talk show
Thank
on
you.
YouTube. Forget about
Thank you
everybody
so
else.
much.
This is the number one. Number one.
Thank
Is
you.
that a tattoo on your face? I see.
It's actually a clover for St. Patrick's Day, but it got smeared today because of work.
I gotta redo my nails. They were green. Gotta get my girlfriend to redo them. She's
I
really,
got that is so cool.
you know, yeah. So it's like we gotta keep believing and see where it goes. You never know what's gonna happen or where. And remember, it's Women History Month, so you're part of that woman history. So keep it strong, keep
Thank you.
believing, keep the love, and keep being you.
Definitely. Thank you so much. I really appreciated having you on tonight. And I wish you a very safe travel going home. Alright, see you everybody.
Okay, have a good night.
You too, night
Thanks
night
for watching.
everybody. You're welcome.